that why are we thinking only in one direction? Please, thank you. And you left two thoughts with me. One, as you rightly said, is that can we make villages smarter? Because smaller projects are, as Dr. Saraswat also said, when you go to a city like Bombay, and even if you take a particular ward and you want to convert it, it's going to be a huge challenge. It's probably much easier to do that. And the second thought you gave me was that why can't we, because the whole migration, as you heard from everybody, including Shri Jaykumar and Dr. Saraswat and Madhavji, everybody said the same thing. Primarily, people migrate for livelihood. And if we can, as responsible people, look at bringing livelihood in villages, it will probably reduce the migration beside the reverse migration. I think the other thing that is very important, and I'm just saying it because I would request the organizers to, and of course I will have a say in it. I like some of these points to be brought out, as Shri Jaykumarji said, that most when you have smart city conferences, they bring people from IBM, Cisco, Siemens, and they talk of wired cities. And yesterday I started off by saying that a smart city is not wired city. A smart city, and I'm glad my friend Suresh Prabhu confirmed that smart city is thinking smartly. And some of the key messages that I got is something which I learned in my company, Mahindra and Mahindra, a long time ago, that we cannot adopt technologies, we have to adapt technologies. We have to adapt it. And you heard from various speakers, and they were very good enough to give me a book yesterday, which I will cherish, that it's not only our culture that we have to incorporate, we also have to incorporate issues like which we have traditionally have as our science, medical, all those sorts of things, and I think we'll have to take about it. Shri Madhavji Rao Chitle brought in a very interesting concept, and all these issues that you read, and I'm sorry that media likes to carry negative news more than positive news, is because of the community. And if you can, he said, and it was music to my ears. He said, if a project is going to take 12 to 15 years, it is better to spend 6 months to a year or 2 years today and save 7 years of delays and sort out those issues upfront. See, one of the things that I have learned is that if I am going to do something which has some positive and some negative impact on your life, if I am the one who talks to you first, the chances of you onboarding are far more than if you hear it from third parties. So, as responsible developers of smart cities, we should proactively go to the community and tell them what is involved, what are the benefits they are going to get, and what are the sacrifices they'll have to be made. As long as the benefits are more than the sacrifices, they will onboard. And if there are concerns, they can be either mitigated or explained or told them that in the larger good you have to do that, because a lot of things we do which is for the larger good of the society. To my planner friends, I have a request. One of the problems that we have, and even during the Q&A said land prices go up. When we talk of town planning, we normally look at sizes of roads, we look at open spaces, we look at green areas, we look at commuting. You know, there are people who come from different sections of the society. And I was talking in the evening session yesterday when it was a one-to-one session. This is something that I learned when we built Mahindra World City in Chennai, that when Infosys employs 20,000 software engineers, they have actually incidentally now 35,000 software engineers working there. There are 5,000 drivers which come. There are 3,000 people who give chai, pani, nashta who come. Their economic strata or their ability to pay or spend is not that of a software engineer or this thing. So when we are doing urban planning, I think we should have spaces here specifically marked out for what we call affordable housing. Now, whether you do it through higher FSI, whether you do it, because unless it is cross subsidized at the beginning, we will continue to see our grandchildren living in slums. And we have to address that issue. Dr. Saraswat talked about a very important thing. He talked about, he was talking after the thing, that there'll be brown field, there'll be green field. I would also suggest that we should, since he is in Niti Udyog and he is the policy maker and he will be advising the government, I think we should run some small pilots, learn from them, rather than trying to build huge cities with a 2 million population. Small pilots, and I'm offering you here, sir, in my personal capacity, not as a company without any financial requirement, that if you want people like us and come and share our experiences, we'd be very happy to come and share experiences, because I've been on both sides. I've made automobiles, I've made tractors, I've made cities. So I understand. And for those of you who think I'm a very big man, I was born to refugee parents. My mother was 2 months pregnant when they fled from Pakistan. So I have seen life in all, from a one room kitchen to a flat on Malabar Hill. I've been through all the stages of life. So I relate to all types of situations. So I was not born in a promoter family or a business family. So I've seen life. So I can relate to people in different situations, because that sort of a thing. So this is an offer that is there. Sir, there is one more thing which is required. And we talked of Singapore over the last 2 days. We talked of Barcelona. We talked of various things. Lot of things get done if the person who's administering the project is fair and firm. He has to be fair. He should not have personal agendas, but he should also be firm, because when vested interests try to delay things, you have to make sure that the firmness. And but if the firm person is not fair, you'll have problems. You'll have media. You'll have resistance. You'll have this thing. But I think we should come and look at it and give authority to people who will be firm and fair. Sir, Mr. Jaykumar, you talked of soul. Mr. Chitle talked about culture. Somebody else talked about entertainment. Gone are the days when people only work for roti, kapda, makan. There are three needs we all have, and in an emotional need is as strong as the physical needs that go with the thing. And cities will have to provide, and that is where I started off with adaptation as compared to adoption. Now, if you adopt Barcelona, now you're not going to bullfight. Doesn't go with our culture. We don't believe in killing this thing, and we are not going to do calypso dancing either. So we have to learn to do this, and it can be done. Bombay as a city, Mumbai as a city has shown it, that now on Sunday mornings they block the roads in Bandra and the city, and you're seeing lot of activities happening there. I'd like to do that. I can go on. Time is getting on. I'd like to thank the organizers, people who supported us throughout, both from Vigyan Bharati and from the Willinger College, various people who came and supported us. Captain Naravne used to send me 20 mails a day, and it was difficult to delete. And, but one of the things that I've learned is most is from Jayanji, that how with few words you can get things done is something that I learned from him. You know, people sometimes they say in Hindi there is a saying, "Saw sunhar ki ek lohar ki." So thank you, and thank you, my friends from the audience from Wellington Institute who've been patient listeners and very active participation. And I'll also like to thank CNBC Awaz for being here for both the days. Thank you.